Howdy, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Nerd Hell. It's me, Sakurai's final Smash character.
And it's me, the Doctor, from Doctor Who? Question mark?
So,
I don't know.
So is his last... I've never seen Doctor Who. Is the Doctor's last name...
What?! Fuck, okay. Yeah, no, because the whole thing is that, like, the Doctor doesn't really have a name.
Okay.
So, a quick explanation is that, like, when he left his home world, he decided to, like, get rid of his name because his name is not, like, people who are not, like, Time Lords are not able to pronounce or read his name. So he does it for, like, he put his name or, like, something that relates kind of what it is into English so that people who can understand, you know, who he is. So,
I thought he was an Asian doctor, last name Who. Doctor Who?
No. Yeah, although that would be kind of funny for a reboot.
So how's your week been, Stanley?
Dude, I have to say it's actually not been that bad. It's been
nice.
Weird though, although I did realize that I've been at work for 6 weeks and because you know school started like in September, or not September but like August, and it's been 6 weeks since that began. So I'm like, oh man, I have not taken a day off. So I'm taking Tuesday off so that I can go do some stuff and like get some medical stuff checked out and that kind of thing. You know, annual physicals and get my booster or something like that.
Man, that sucks. The responsibility is when your vacation days is to go run errands that you can't have time for.
Honestly, hey, it's not that bad, to be quite honest. Like, because then you could do it at your own pace and you don't have to like try to rush to get everything done after work.
All right.
Yeah, it's more like a leisure time, but still, it's things that are necessary. I don't know. Becoming older makes me cringe, right? Mm-hmm. But yeah, I got myself this really sick watch from this London watchmaker called Mr. Jones Watches, and it's this monster that's basically rampaging throughout London, and the hour hand is in his hand that he uses to eat things, and in his stomach are the minutes.
That's
yeah, I'll
fun.
have to send you a photo of it. So,
ooh, the watch monster drip.
I know, dude. Like, it was one of those things of like, I was like, oh, which one should I get? Should I get the like sugar skull like tattoo one that uses that the teeth are essentially the like the top teeth are the hours and the bottom teeth are the minutes, or should I get like, you know, the monster rampaging through London? And you know, my wife was like, yeah, get the second one. So I got the second one.
Get the cool one.
Although I did buy the other one when I got paid. So, yeah. I like them. I like it, though. It's, like, nice. I'm actually trying to, like, step away a little bit from electronics because I realize how much my attention is needed at, like, work. And an iPhone can be silent now for, like, work times and that kind of stuff. And I can put, like, hey, only let these certain people call. Or, you know, don't ring when I'm giving a lecture or that kind of stuff, like embarrassing kind of things. So having like an actual watch and having my phone in my pocket on silent, like, you know, is actually one of like, I've found to actually quite enjoy that little disconnect from technology a little bit. I don't know why, like, because I love tech, but it's like a little resistance that I'm kind of giving. Despite the fact that like it's not really that. So I don't know.
No, I know what you feel because like I've never had a watch before, so I bought a watch when I moved out, just like as a cool thing, and it made me feel good. Just like, what time is it? Oh, look at that! I know how to read analog time. Give me 10 seconds. Oh yeah. Give me 10 seconds.
That's funny. Yeah, you're getting that kind of around. That's cool, dude. Well, I know that we didn't have a podcast last week. Do you want to tell me the story about what happened?
Yeah, absolutely, because I'm angry as hell, so be me, right? Just going to bed on a Saturday night, and we wake up, both my fans are off because it's the summer, we're experiencing a heat wave, I got fans on, because it's cheaper than running the AC all day and night. No electricity. And my roommate, MJ, who's been awake for a minute, he's like, oh, you're up? Some people broke our fuse box. I'm like, what? They broke our fuse box. And I'm like, wait, someone broke in and, like, took a hammer to our switches? No, go look outside. So,
Yeah.
as everybody knows, at least traditionally in the United States, there are those boxes outside of your house that control the electricity that are usually locked and kind of well protected, because that's like the electricity box to your house. Ours was for this apartment complex, which has 4 units, me, my roommate, and 3 other families or whatever, was completely ripped out of the wall and just hanging by a thread, like by a cord connected to the wall. I come out and I have no idea what it is, what could have done this. And the worst part was, it was blocking the driveway out. And since it was actually like the power line that that connects to our home was still active, and it was on the ground, meaning that we couldn't drive out for risk of electrocution. Oh no!
Getting shocked or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So there's just a bunch of people that kind of like ripped out your box, and you're not exactly sure why.
So we know why. It's because we have a family moving into an apartment in our complex, and they hired a moving company. Apparently, it's the moving company's fault. But like, I'm gonna assume that somebody didn't just go postal and like ripped it out of the wall like a monkey, you know, like grab it, put your feet on the wall, and just. I'm gonna assume that they hit it with a moving truck. I'm still very angry because
I know, because you sent me a photo of it, and there was very little explanation other than like, hey, no podcast this weekend, and then it was like this photo of this smashed like metal and like wires on the ground, and I was like, wow, okay, well, that's one reason not to have anything.
You know what? I'll tweet it out later because it is ridiculous. Like, I was so angry. I was so mad. Luckily, like immediately, police came.
Oh no! Yeah,
because there was a live power line on the ground.
Right. So they had to shut off the power to that, and then I don't know how. Still, is your apartment going to give you like some or get like a meter down the rent for you because of that?
I'm gonna ask the landlord because we finally got electricity this Thursday.
Yeah,
that
so
happened.
If you've been out without more than 24 hours of power, you should ask your landlord if they can lower the like monthly payment this time, because you essentially were living in a place that didn't have livable conditions.
Yeah, you know what? I will ask him, but I will say this: our landlord, super nice guy. He came down and provided his own generator and gasoline for us, so I really appreciate that.
That's nice.
Yeah, so
that's cool.
Yeah, at least we had our fridge running, and I have a long extension cable, so like I had it. Well, I'm not here during the day anyways because I go to the gym and then I got work. But hey, I could still like hook up a TV and hook up my Switch for single player, so that was nice.
That's true.
But yeah, no.
I know that's some of the big news for today. Speaking of the Switch, is that we're going to be talking about that new Nintendo Direct that happened this week.
Absolutely, one of the only good things to happen to me this goddamn week.
Oh no, Robinson!
No electricity sucks. I know. As a kid, it's like, oh, we're gonna play with flashlights and set up a tent. Now, as an adult, I'm like, I can't fucking cook.
Yeah, I know. It was like back when Snowstorm Uri happened in Texas. I love that like the people, the government was texting out, remember to like cook meals or like boil your water or something like that, and people were like, dude, all our stuff is electricity. With what are we going to do this? And so it was like we were clouding on the Texas government for a bit, just like, poor people, make sure you boil your water. And they're like, with what? We have no electricity, and all the electronics and everything that we have in Texas is like electric unless you have like a propane stove or something like that.
On top of that, I'm pretty sure no campfires.
Oh yeah, no campfires inside. Although you could probably try to find like an oil barrel somewhere, and then just like have like a hobo fire in your house.
No, that'd be That'd be nice for marshmallows. Also, one last thing I want to say, because this was a positive. Because of that, I spent a ton of time outside my house, so I just walked my dog a lot. Yesterday, I found out that the park I kept walking my dog had a no pet sign that I just never saw. And here's the thing, nobody cared, and I saw other people with their dogs at that park, so I just assumed. But then I came in today, this one woman, "You can't have dogs here! You can't have dogs here!" And then she pointed me to a sign that was like 20 feet away from the park.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'm like, all right, sure.
It's kind of like, how do I not know if this is for this park or something else, like some kind of trail that's around that park?
Exactly. But I did find a dedicated dog park, and Philomena, my Texas dog, who's used to horses, cows, chickens, like she isn't afraid of anything. She stuck to me like glue. She was very shy around other dogs.
Dude, 100%.
Bro, I don't understand it.
I mean, I don't either, but they're also like dogs, so I don't know what they're thinking,
So,
right?
what-
And it's not possible for us to know what they're thinking.
They're too smart for us. So what I did was, like, I started walking, and she started smelling something. So I gave her the slip, right? I ran off, so she couldn't see me. Like, no joke. This dog park full of dogs. For 30 minutes, she refused to leave my side. I didn't have a leash on her or anything. So I gave her the slip. I ran off. She couldn't find me. So she finally started running around and playing. I'm like, yes, I did it. And then she tried escaping the dog park.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Well, that's great that you had at least something good happen from this week, but at least you have power now, right? Did they fix your fuse box?
Yes, they gave us like. So what's funny is they gave us a new fuse box, right? And you know how like in school gymnasiums there'll be a clock inside a cage. Yeah, so the clock can't be destroyed by like a basketball or something. We kind of have one of those on our fuse box.
You know what? You might need to now, right? Because you didn't think that was going to be a possibility that a moving company was just going to smash into a live fuse box and then like drag everything away with it and then like rip it from the wall. So, yeah, I mean, hey, at least like it got fixed. That's the only thing that I have as a condolence for here because
thank you.
I got some news stories, so I have too bad, too good.
Which
ones would you like to hear first?
Let's get the bad out of the way because I just want to be happy for this Nintendo Direct.
You just want to be happy for this Nintendo Direct?
Give me the worst of it.
Oh no!
Do it now.
Okay, so a Rocket League streamer known as Miss Dirty Bird has kind of come out because she said that she originally had cancer and had cancer diagnosis earlier this year. In July of 2021, she told her followers that she had actually had brain cancer, but by August, the story kind of unraveled because her own sister kind of caught wind of what she was saying and said that, Miss Dirty Bird had no information and not informed their family that she had cancer and that this was a false claim. And so that she had to come forward and apologize for lying about it.
God damn it. When you said bad news, I'm like, oh no, she died. That's what I thought you were gonna say.
No, like that's it. She lied to everybody about having brain cancer, and then her family called her out for it. And so then she apologized, right? And then her initial apology was taken from like an online template of apologies on a website.
I am sitting in my kitchen at 3 a.m. in the morning
with my camera slightly facing like upwards, right? With like no makeup on and like really bad audio sound. And then she had to release a second apology, calling her quote official apology video online. Yeah, here's some of the quotes she said. Quote, "What I did was undeniably fucked up and should have never happened. I'm incredibly sorry for what I did, all the lies, everybody that I've hurt, everybody that I've let down, just everything in general. There's no excuse for it." And then she stated that she was going to take a break from streaming, which was about maybe 6 months to a year is what she thought. But a month after this all happened, apparently she hosted and helped hosted a Rocket League tournament that was organized by Slips.
Who Slips? Is that a streamer?
Some kind of dude. I don't
Okay.
know. Someone.
I was
Yeah.
like,
I just.
is that a
I don't.
community
I don't.
or a
I'm
man?
not in. Yeah. Well, because I'm not in the Rocket League community because it's basically like Lucio Ball from Overwatch, but just like with cars. So, yeah, like it's just she was basically on this show after doing this really serious kind of thing. Which is like, it's fucked up, right? That she announces that she has brain cancer and then and then decided that, she was going to keep up with it until her family fucking called her out for it.
I just don't understand what there is. Wait, no, it's the internet. It's popularity. It's pity points. It's views. That's what there is to gain.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, here's the thing. So I'm a firm believer in like redemption and having like apologies and like people can change and that kind of shit. Because, I mean, like, that's the part of growing up. And doing something like this is kind of horrible, but I think you should take your punishment and then just kind of like, move on with it and like try to be better or try to do something else. But she's kind of like doesn't, like, a lot of people online feel that she's not actually really sorry for her lies, that she's just sorry that she got caught.
I mean, yeah.
And yeah, she hid her replies on Twitter in a recent Twitter apology. And she won't even allow for responses or discussion on the matter. Instead, she really decided that she was going to try and play the victim here, and that she was, quote, lying to fit in on the streamer platform.
It's because all the cool kids have cancer and they wouldn't let me sit at the lunch table with them. Wait, what do you mean you're trying to fit in? Who are you trying to fit in with? The white sickly kid from The Simpsons? I don't get it.
Yeah, well, like, I'm not sure exactly. Like, the whole thing is that, like, there are apologies where it seems to be genuine, right? And there are apologies that are bad. Her apology of just taking a template and then writing it out and replacing whatever the template was with her own words was kind of fucked. And then having a second apology video and not really engaging with your community and with your fans is also not really a good look for you. And, yeah, just, I don't know what you could do to kind of, like, come back from this as, like, a thing, because I'm not going to say that, like, she should be canceled, because, number one, the true art of capitalism is that if you don't want someone, or if you don't, like, know who someone is, or you don't, like, care about what they're doing, you can basically boycott them, because cancel culture is essentially boycotting. So I think if her fans are really this devastated by that, then, boycott her. But if you don't really care, or if it's one of those things of like you can forgive her and kind of move on and enjoy their content, then yeah, fucking go for it. But still, like, I don't know. I'm surprised that this isn't a crime, like lying about, like, disease diagnosis or that kind of stuff. But then again, I also feel like that would be a tricky situation to legislate.
Yeah, because like you got to benefit from it, and it's like you have to prove. Listen, my views, they just skyrocket as soon as I tell everybody I had Asperger's.
Well, at least in her apology, she stated that she's as like a therapist, right? So, in that she's like going to therapy to like help with her lying and feelings of inadequacy, which, as someone who goes and sees a therapist a lot, I can say, yeah, fucking go for it, queen. But still, like, there are a lot of things that, like, even as, like, liars or, like, narcissists or people that, like, do that and don't have any feelings towards it will know that you never do. And cancer's kind of one of those big ones.
Yeah, that is.
Right?
Well, it's because it's so common and it kills so frequently. Like,
right,
everybody...
and especially to do it to your fans, because your fans already like you.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, it's the boy who cried wolf all over again. These kids need to read. They don't read. These kids don't read these days. Good old literature, like Little Susie Goes to Hell and The Boy Who Cried Wolf.
Yes, we just need to read the Virgil's Aeneid to them about the boy that cried wolf or whatever. I don't know.
Bro, legitimately, that book is like one of the main reasons I don't lie.
What, the Aeneid?
Oh no, the boy who
the
cried
Greek
wolf.
version of like the Grimms.
No.
Well, because that's part of it. Yeah.
The kid's story of the boy who cried wolf, where the sheep were kidnapped instead of slaughtered.
Damn. Okay. Well, that's kind of fucked, right? So.
All right,
I don't know, but fairy tales historically have been really fucked up to try and prevent kids from doing really stupid shit.
Mm-hmm. No.
You know what my favorite like fairy tale is from Germany? There's this fairy tale about this monster that lives in the Black Forest, and if you're a child and you decide to leave the house without your parents' permission and go into the Black Forest, then this creature will fucking murder you, strip your, like, disembowel you, and then place, like, your lungs and your organs and all that shit in, like, leather sacks and hang them from trees like some kind of, like, spooky Christmas tree.
Jesus fuck.
Like, what the fuck, y'all?
All right.
Why are Bavarians on crack? I don't know, dude. Like, it's great.
The scariest fairy tale for me was La Llorona, because like,
oh yeah,
it wasn't like she'll come and take you away and nobody knows what happens. It was her origin story, because her origin story was she murdered her kids in like a psychosis episode, like by drowning them. And then she realized what she's done. So now she spends her life, she spends her afterlife crying, roaming through the streets at night, looking for her children. And she might mistake you as one of them. It's like, Ma, you could have just said, "Don't leave the house," because now I don't sleep.
Right. You could have just said, "Don't do it," or like the kids, like with the creature in the Black Forest, like. Just don't leave the Black Forest or go in there at night, right? The reason they call it the Black Forest is the trees are so close together, moonlight doesn't really go into it.
Well, that's scary.
You know, it's really dark, right? It's like what is it? You know, in the Harry Potter, like there's like the dark forest or whatever, where there's like no moonlight or nothing in there. So, you know, it's just extremely dark, like a cave almost. It's basically like that. Because I've been camping in that area before, and it's quite spooky that like the only light that you really have are like your flashlights or your phone flashlight or just like some fire in the fire camping grounds. But I mean, other than that, like you can correct me if I'm wrong, because I heard that you say like, you know, La Llorona is like I don't know if I'm saying that correctly because I'm not a Spanish person, but hey, I heard that her origin story actually like related to Cortez's wife. Here, like his Native American wife that gave birth to like the first Hispanic person in Mexico.
That could very well be true, because you know they're fairy tales. They get twisted and changed all throughout time.
Yeah, because like Cortez like got her pregnant. She had a son. She actually was like in love with Cortez because like her family died from Aztecs murdering her tribe. And so Cortez was the guy that like collected all these natives together, and they rebelled against the Aztecs and like broke them down and then committed mass genocide on them. But then like, what is it? I think like her nickname in Mexico is like La Malinche, which is like, when she was alive is like, I don't like, is that because that sounds like malice to me in English. So I don't know what La Malinche would be in Spanish. But
you said llama, which I'm assuming you're saying
La Malinche.
I'm assuming you're saying llama, which means to call. And
no, it's La space Malinche.
Oh, La space.
Yeah.
Never mind then.
Yeah. So I don't know what like that means, what Malinche means in like Spanish, but I've heard it's been like, you know, she's not a great figure in Mexico. Like people don't like see her fondly, and that she eventually like drowned her kids when like Cortez decided to dip out and go back to Spain and left her there. So, hey, there you go. I mean, that's what happens when you marry a mass murderer.
Earning Cortez, I've come to trade, peasants. You give us gold for these very warm blankets.
Right. Dude, that whole story is fucking great. Like the whole Aztec like downfall and that kind of thing is almost like, why don't they make a TV like a mini series out of it?
Bro,
I mean, HBO's already decided to make like they made it out of Chernobyl, and they made a mini series out of a lot of things. They could do one for that.
I would love that, but the Aztec downfall is just what happens when I've had too much and I collapse. That's the Aztec downfall.
Oh, great. You know who's else kind of experiencing a downfall is Blizzard.
Bad news number 2. Let's go.
Bad news number 2. Okay, so we've on this show have been, well, me especially, have been very hypercritical of like Blizzard and Activision Blizzard and Bobby Kotick or Kotick, whatever the fuck his name is. I'm gonna say it as Kotick because he doesn't deserve correct pronunciation. So apparently Bobby Kotick and Activision Blizzard are now being investigated by the United States government.
Yo, it's the actual plot of Overwatch.
I know, right? Like, they were the good guys, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh shit, you did some bad shit, now we have to investigate you.
Bro, they found out about Blackwatch.
Oh my god, what if, like, or just Blackwatch was just like, there's only a reason, like, Moira is there is because she could, like, poison people, and, like, they don't have, like, female staff in Blackwatch. Dude, it's fucked, but still... which really sucks again because I really like Overwatch. I really do.
They released 2 rework videos. They reworked Sombra and Bastion for Overwatch 2, and now Bastion has a little baseball cap.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, but like I don't know if I can support the company until all this shit is figured out. So I'm not buying Overwatch 2, which bums me out a little bit. But hey,
luckily,
that's what happens when you have principles, right?
Luckily, it won't come out for another 7 years.
Yeah, right. So, what the fuck? Anyways, so the United States Security and Exchange Commission has reportedly launched a wide-reaching investigation into Activision Blizzard, with the government agency looking into how the embattled publisher handled the multiple allegations of sexual harassment, abuse, and toxic behavior that became public following the California Department of Fair Employment and Housing lawsuit that was filed in July. The SEC has subpoenaed Activision and several of its highest-ranking executives, including Bobby Kotick. In a report out today by the Wall Street Journal, it's kind of been revealed that the SEC has begun investigating Activision Blizzard and is asking for the Call of Duty and Warcraft publisher to hand over various documents, including personal files of 6 previous employees and records of CEO Bobby Kotick's communications with other executives talking and relating to the complaints of sexual harassment and discrimination that's been levied against them. And this includes, like, personal emails. This includes, like, work emails. This includes, like, you know, HR staff and that kind of stuff. And so, like, if any of that has been shown to be, like, you know, deleted, they could get into serious trouble for, like, evidence tampering and that kind of shit, right? So, according to...
I didn't delete it. I just ate the hard drive. That's not deletion.
The hard drive... I accidentally spilled coffee on my hard drive. Oh no!
I just like take.
But you don't have a portable hard drive. This is on cloud-based servers.
I took a bath with I took a bath with the Google Cloud service.
Yeah.
I got it ruined.
So following this like investigation from the Wall Street Journal on Monday, Helene Klansky, who's the Activision spokesperson, said that this. That the SEC is focused on the company's disclosures regarding employment matter and related issues, end quote. But she's also confirmed that several current and former employees are being subpoenaed by the federal government and that the company is fully cooperating with the SEC, which I really hope because they were not really fully complying with like the California Department of Fair Labor, right? Remember when it came out that they had basically deleted emails or that they were trying to like pressure company like workers to not like to go to them first before they went to the, California Labor Department.
I can just imagine like a school bully be like, hey, if you got a problem with me, don't go to the teacher. Just talk to me, man.
And then that person fucking punches you in the face and then, you both get suspended because like zero tolerance policies are literally smooth brained.
I mean, I understand zero tolerance, but it needs nuance. It needs nuance.
No, 100% it needs nuance. Like, I understand the whole idea of, like, we won't... zero tolerance should be, if you started it, you're gonna go... Like, you're gonna get out, right? There's no whatever, but not, like, the person who was, like, participating in it that didn't start it, right? Because here's the thing, though, is that, like, in order to find out who started it, it would have to be kind of like, oh, no, I was just saying things to this person and they decided to punch me. Okay? Well, then what if, like, that person was saying some really heinous and racist shit to that other person? right, that deserves to get their face punched in. Because I am someone, controversial opinion, I am someone who fully believes that if you're someone who's like, you know, a neo-Nazi or someone who expresses like really racist attitudes towards people, don't be surprised if you get knocked the fuck out. So, I mean, what is it? Oh man, you're actively saying things that have like hurt minorities or like community members for like, I don't know, generations and eons. And it's like, oh no, my free speech. My free speech is only for the government, right? It's only about the government. Yeah, no, that's what people don't understand is that like it's only for the government. It's not for anything else. Like if you said something kind of fucked up, I'll fucking tell you about it.
No zero tolerance policy. Miss, he told me that the Aztec Empire was doomed to fail.
Yeah, and I would just be like, so? What does that matter? You were like, what, 30 generations removed from that? So,
but the Aztec, I can feel them in my bones. The urge to rip out other bones.
Oh, yeah, the heart, right? That kind of shit.
Back to Blizzard.
Okay, so yeah, the investigation is not really like talking about like finding justice for the victims of the horrible abuse, right? Because this is about the California lawsuit. Because the California lawsuit is about the standards of employment discrimination that they were having, but they're instead kind of looking out for the company's investors who aren't really happy about its cycle of bad news. And so the SEC is one of those organizations that you really don't want to fuck with because the SEC is like into big white collar crime and they're filled with like economic nerds and like, you know, lawyers that are really super vicious. It's like the IRS enforcement team, but like on crack because the SEC was like created in the throes of like the Great Depression. So they have a lot of power to like go in and really fuck up a company if like they're doing something really scandalous and doing really bad things with their stocks and to like stock market investors. So the Wall Street Journal kind of further explained that the SEC is investigating to figure out whether Activision and its executives correctly and adequately disclose these allegations of workplace harassment and gender pay issues to investors and other related individuals, and if these disclosures happened quickly enough according to the documents, right?
Listen. You can have your disclosures, you can have all that, or you can have this Butterfinger.
Yeah, well, because like here's the thing though, is that they've obviously been like really like hit with a lot of this, right? Like it just keeps coming out that there's like more and more bad shit. But then again, what would you expect from a company that employees called another executive's office the Cosby Suite, right? So,
Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, did you hear that Bill Cosby got out?
Hey.
I was mad.
How long was he in jail?
I don't fucking care. It was one of those things of like Bill Cosby and then was on the phone like an interview like, this is for everybody who was falsely accused of a crime. I'm like, but you admitted to it. Like
it wasn't false for you though, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, this is complete. I believe in prison reform. What happened with you was a crime. Like that was, that kind of stuff. But still, like with Blizzard, like you need to understand that like multiple executives have apologized or even just kind of left the company. And like, what is it? We're even having like the whole thing with McCree's name being changed because, he's an offender, right?
McCree canonically like touched Echo or something. God damn it.
Yeah, well, because like this entire stuff is like employees have actually walked out and protested, and then Activision Blizzard was like, "Hey, fuck you! We're gonna hire Wilmer Hale, which is a union busting firm of lawyers."
God damn it! Just every decision made was incorrect.
Yeah, well, it is right, and it's kind of one of those things of like. I know that I said this like when we had first started covering this. I was like, how hard is it to run a company where you don't harass your female employees? Like, how hard is that as a thing to understand as a person? Is, hey, don't like sexually harass your employees. Just don't. If y'all aren't dating or if you're not romantically involved, don't do it. Also, don't get involved with people at work. Like that's that I don't know, like that's my thing.
It's that thing my mama would tell me as a kid, like you would have gotten in no trouble if you didn't do anything, but you've done this thing and now you're in trouble.
Exactly, right? It's like the easiest thing not to do, to not be a rapist or something like that, but still. So, Bobby Kotick has responded to these events, and according to Kotaku.com, I actually have his full statement, and I'm going to read it quote for quote. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so Bobby Kotick claimed that leadership is, quote, deeply committed to making Activision Blizzard one of the best, most inclusive places to work anywhere. There is absolutely no place anywhere in our company for discrimination, harassment, or unequal treatment of any kind. While we continue to work in good faith with regulators to address and resolve past workplace issues, we also continue to move ahead of our own initiatives to ensure that we are the very best place to work. We will remain committed to addressing all workplace issues in a forthright and prompt manner, end quote.
You know what? Big if true.
Big if true. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just mad. I don't know what to fucking say.
I don't believe him. I don't believe him, right? I fucking don't believe him because like I was doing a little bit of research on like Bobby Kotick when I was looking at this story, and apparently there's like a memoir that like went around about Bobby Kotick growing up, and apparently his mom said that like, he was such like a staunch capitalist that like when he was in kindergarten he got in trouble for like selling school supplies and like, overcharging his like fellow classmates. And I was like, what the fuck is this person? Who is this person?
Oh, damn it. That's funny.
Are they like the reincarnation of John D. Rockefeller? Just like, fucking like Gilded Age motherfuckers just kind of sitting here like, hey, I'm going to charge this guy glue prices. I don't... Dude, I don't know. So, what do you think about that statement? Because that sounds to me like one of the most generic piss poor statements that have ever come out.
I know I said that as a joke earlier, but honestly, big if true. Like, goddamn it, if you can hold up to that, fine. This is what you need to do. It's what you should have been doing. It's what you should have been doing for a long time. But like, I don't fucking know. If you're gonna, like, start over, yes, do this. But also, like, this was going on under your nose, dog. Maybe you're not the best person to be in charge of this.
Well, it's not even that because, like, apparently investors have been mad with Bobby Kotick for a while because he's actually one of the highest paid gaming CEOs in America.
Oh, God damn it. Fuck this guy then.
He got like a $27 million raise last year. And one investor actually like openly had a meeting with other high ranking like investors and complained about his performance or about like where he's leading the company, and even like tried to get his pay raise denied because they thought that he was already being paid way too much. And he's being paid way too much because, like we said before, his employees can't even afford the cafeteria food at the company.
And fucking 27 million, and that's just a raise. Like,
yeah.
I'm
right? So like, I don't understand. It's one of those things of like, how hard is it to pay your workers, number one, a livable actual wage that they can actually place, and number two, not have them sexually harass each other.
You know how much... All right, you know what? Because like $1,000, an extra $1,000 per year makes like a difference. You know what I mean?
It really does. Yeah.
And he's got, jeez, and that's just his raise. That was just his raise.
Yeah, dude. Like that's the thing is that like his raise actually could have like paid his employees like about maybe $2,000 or $3,000 per month more on a paycheck.
Mm-hmm. You could have paid me.
Isn't that fucking awful? That like your raise that you get on a yearly basis could have helped raise your employee's paycheck by $2,000 to $3,000 per month.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And the money would still be left over at the end of the year.
Yeah. Well, with that in mind, let's go ahead and take our break because we are about 10 minutes late for it. No.
Yeah, they're fine.
No worry, folks. When we come back, we shall look at the brighter side of everything.
Yeah, two good ones after
Woo!
this. Bye.
Man, I have a gambling issue, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
So I'm playing Yakuza 5. I love the Yakuza series. I got Yakuza 0 for free on Humble Bundle.
Yeah.
And I blew through. After I got that, I played Kiwami 1, Kiwami 2. Yakuza 3, 4, and 5 at the time were only on the PlayStation, so I bought a PS4.
Oh man.
I love
Dude.
Yakuza so much. So in Yakuza 5, like in every Yakuza game, like before you do a mission with no return, like the NPC would be like, "Yo, Kiryu, you ready to go? But remember, this is like a big deal, so like get shit done before we do this thing." And I'm like, "All right, let me go grind right quick." And I lost all my money gambling.
Yeah.
But
Damn.
then I decided, you know what? I'm pretty sure this is the final chapter of the game, and like this is the final mission. So what I did was I save scummed. I just saved, lost all my money, loaded, lost all my money, loaded, lost all my money, loaded, hit the jackpot, saved, lost all my money, loaded. Bro, gambling is. I'm a bit. My only defense against gambling is that I hate losing money for like no good reason.
Okay.
Which is so funny because gambling is so much fun. Like in video games, right? I refuse to go to a casino or anything unless I have like a strict money limit.
Yeah.
I know myself too well.
Dude, I don't like gambling. I hate it. Like it's one of those things that like even when I went to Vegas like and to go hang out with like some friend or with like, you know, a friend that was over the summer like a couple years ago, I was just kind of like, yeah, great. I don't like it. I hate it, right? Because it's one of those things of like, yeah, they're obviously going to cheat you out of your money. Like gambling is not, I don't know. I don't like gambling. That's it. I understand that people can find entertainment in it, but like using money that could like, you know, feed you or that kind of stuff is something that like I kind of feel a little bad towards.
Yeah,
So
I get that.
yeah. Well, there is a different gambling side to this because version 1 is a organization that's around Valorant because I like Valorant. I actually played Valorant like almost religiously over the summer, and I actually made friends with like a female streamer that, you know, and her friends.
Nice.
And what is it? Apparently, version 1 is announcing that they're making their own Valorant female team called version X. So, hey, version 1 already kind of like has success as like, you know, their male team was able to qualify for like the Valorant Masters in Reykjavik early this year.
Yes, the male team version Y.
Yeah. I version 1.xy, like just something like that. It's like the different Pokemon. It's like Pokemon X and Pokemon XY. Pokemon for girls and Pokemon for men. Don't get them mixed up.
Mm-hmm.
But still, like, here's the thing. They're trying to emulate their success with a female team, and I'm kind of fully supported it. I honestly think that, like, all female teams really should compete in that kind of stuff. I feel that video games really are for everyone. They really are. And so, and it's kind of been proven that, you know, women like video games. Some of the biggest consumers of, like, mobile phone games are women, and there's a rising popularity for women to be within this stuff. I mean, there's women that are game developers and women that do a ton of shit with video games. So it's good to see that there's like this kind of expansion of like something on the competitive scene at least. So like, here's the thing. So this roster that they're trying to do, they're trying to like beat Cloud9 White, which is the female team for Cloud9 in Valorant, right? And they're trying to see about like winning all the tournaments or that kind of stuff for like Series 3. So version X is going to play the opening qualifier for the VCT Game Changers Series 3 so that they can see them in action on an official Riot tournament soon. The majority of the roster is actually quite interesting because there are 3 American people. There's 1 South Korean and 1 Japanese female streamer that are going to be on their team. So, hey.
Sick.
Yeah, dude. Apparently the version X roster is these are the streamers' names, obviously, right? So there is Milk, Kara, Natty, Rush, and Naomi.
Okay, like I get it, Milk. You made your decision, but they shouldn't have opened up with Milk.
I know, right? But still,
it's the female team.
Yeah.
First we got Milk.
Yeah. So, what do you think? What do you think about this? About having I don't know, like more female teams that are only female, or like having like mixed gendered teams or whatever.
So it's one of those things where, like, to be honest, I've never cared, right? It's like, yeah, you're a girl, because I grew up with 4 younger sisters, right? So, like, sure, everything was gendered, but it wasn't gendered to the point where it's like, no, you can't play video games, because some of my fondest memories are playing video games with my sisters, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I don't care, play your video games, but, like, I understand that outside of my world, it's a big deal, so good for them.
Okay. Yeah, like, I don't know. I feel like there could be mixed gender teams. Oh
yeah, absolutely.
The pros though, I'm questioning because it always like comes out. You get people like XQC. Like I fucking hate XQC. He's such a fucking scumbag. And to women, so like, and well, just to anyone, right? So he's a douchebag. That's it. He's just a fucking douchebag. He's only good at video games, and that's why he's popular as a Twitch streamer. But hey. XQC, if some fucking troll clips this and does this, I'll tell it to you, like, to your face. You're a fucking asshole, right? So, I don't know.
And I will be there asking you what the best local restaurant is.
For Quebec.
and then I'll call you a dick face after I figure out who you are, because I don't know who XQC is.
Yeah, well, obviously, because, like, what is it? There's like I've been like really into like seeing like watching Hasanabi, and he like has some videos where he's explaining socialism to XQC, and XQC will like be really nice, but then there will be like other clips where XQC is just being like a total fucking scumbag and an asshole to like other things, and like Hassan's just kind of like, great, man. That's awesome. Like, great. Like, you know, that kind of like disappointed kind of vibe that you get from like a disappointed dad. Still, I don't know. Yeah, so there's that. And then the other good news that kind of perked up my day is that I know that we talked at the beginning of the show about how you, Robinson Brown, are someone who has never watched Doctor Who, and that kind of makes me cringe. But then I also understand it because, like, my family is white as fuck, and so I understand that kind of thing. But still, Doctor Who has kind of taken a slump recently, and the storylines have not really been that great, I will say, as a fan. And it's not because there's a female like actress who's playing the Doctor. I really don't care. I really don't, because that's like some of the more toxic fan base is kind of saying that, and I'm just like, yeah, shut the fuck up. You don't know anything. Jodie Foster is like a really good actress. So, actually, I'm gonna fact check myself because I don't think it is Jodie Foster. I think it's like, what is it? I'm misspeaking, right? The 13th Doctor is played by Jodie Whittaker. That's it. That's why I got the first name right. Jodie Whittaker. Dude, Jodie Whittaker is like a tier 1 British actress. She does really well, and she's good at her job.
I'm gonna Google her because I don't know who she is. You know what I hate about because like I'm pretty sure everybody can get this by now, but I give very little care or attention to celebrities or actors and all that, or like whoever. And
yeah.
it makes people think that I'm a hater because it's like, I don't even know who you are, so that makes you irrelevant. No, I legitimately don't know. So every time,
care. Yeah,
bro,
that's fine.
Every time I say I don't know somebody gets mad at me because like, what do you mean you don't listen to Drake? And I'm like, Drake Bell? No, the rapper. I'm like, Drake who?
Yeah.
I just don't know. Stop getting mad at me.
I mean, apparently you do know who that is because you just mentioned him.
Drake Bell?
Well, Drake, the rapper.
Oh, I only know because, God, that's an awful haircut.
Dude, can I tell you about like the creepiest thing about like Drake was the fact that he was like trying to court the
the girl
actress from like
from Jesse.
From what is it? Stranger Things, right? Like they had like this weird relationship and like where they would like he is like, a really old dude and he's texting this like 12, 13-year-old girl and I was just like, "Oh my god, dude, what are you doing? Stop. Don't do it." Like, "Hey, no. Like don't. Again, how easy is it to not do that? It is, but
that's
still.
like something you go out of your way to text somebody, right? I was at the dog park yesterday. A bunch of kids came up to me. I'm like, haha, go get your parents.
Oh,
don't get near me.
Damn. Okay, so, anyways, Doctor Who has been like kind of a really important factor in my entire life, right? So. Russell T Davies, who is the veteran screenwriter that actually brought back Doctor Who from its slump after the 90s, had a revival in 2005, and then after a couple of seasons, he decided to leave. But some of the seasons that Russell T Davies did were really great, right? Like, they were really awesome. They were some of the higher rated seasons. And apparently, guess what? The current show writer and head show writer, Chris Chibnall, is leaving the show, and Russell T Davies is coming back, and he's coming back in 2023 for the show's 60th anniversary. So this is going to be like an awesome kind of stuff, right? It really is. It's going to be great to see because he's such a good writer for Doctor Who and that kind of stuff. His other work that he did, I think he also did like the new revamped Dracula series on Netflix. That one, like episode 1 was fucking great, but then the other 2 episodes I was like, meh. Like it just kind of lost, like, for me. But still, Russell T Davies is actually really awesome to do this, and like, hey, I'm really interested to see like what his writing style would do with the 13th Doctor, because the 13th Doctor is a good actress, right? So, hey, that's my thing. I'm really excited about this. I'm really excited to see how this is going to go.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I know that you don't have a lot to say.
Hey, I'm just happy that you have something you like that's getting, like, something better. Because, like,
right.
I like, freak out every time there's any news about Yakuza, and everybody around me like, what?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, at least I have passing knowledge of Yakuza, right? It's basically like, what Grand Theft Auto was before Grand Theft Auto. Or like Sega's version of Grand Theft Auto.
Actually, it has very little to do with Grand Theft Auto. You can't even drive in it except for 3 very stupid mini games in the series where it's like a driving shooting gallery. Although they did add like a racing component in 0 and 5. God, I love this game series so much.
All right. Awesome. Well,
you know what?
Hey.
I'm happy for you too, Doctor Who fan. Get up.
Well, because like, what is it?
Down.
If we'll have to have a discussion of like, which is the best series, like Doctor Who, Star Trek, or Star Wars. Because I have very strong feelings about all 3 of them.
Although I will
say that like Star Trek I appreciated more when I'm an adult because of the way that they handle politics and shit. But like the other like Trekkies, man, are a special kind of like they're a special kind of fandom.
The people
like
that
on
can
par.
The people that can speak a fake language.
And I'm going to say this, and I know that I'm going to get shit for it, but Trekkies, in my opinion, are kind of like furries, right? They are the furries that are a part of the community and are just like a part of something and are like very open and welcoming and nice and awesome. And then there are the gatekeepers, and there's a lot of like, really nice and awesome, and not everything about their life has to deal with Star Trek. And then there are people like my 7th grade science teacher who made us take for a final. We had to watch his homemade Star Trek video and answer questions on it.
Damn it. Okay, when did this happen? 54. Okay, I'm gonna have to quiet down that laughter.
Yeah, well, like, so, like, it was one of those things of, like, he was the creepy teacher that, like,
He,
it was really cold in, like, the school that we had, the middle school, because the ACs were just blasting because we lived in Houston.
He basically made you watch his fan fiction?
Yeah, he made us, like, watch this homemade video that he popped into the VCR TV when, like, there weren't really projectors back then, and so we had to watch
the combo TV
video answering or talking about, like, you know, him being on Star Trek and being, like, part of the science people, right? Because he had the blue uniform, which is, like, the science crew or that kind of stuff, right? And he was just, like, going around being like, we're going to talk about biology. And, like, just, he was creepy because he would hover a little too close and a little too long over female students. He also wore shirts that were too tight for him or a size under. And it was kind of weird because he was always nipping too. Like, I'm not joking. Like, it was basically just nips pointed out, like almost comically large size nips. And I know that that's not something that he can kind of control.
I was going to say.
And that's fine.
But
you could wear an undershirt.
I was going to say, as a man with very large nips, I say protect him. I know what it's like walking around with very pronounced nipples, like at a grocery store, and being like, "God damn it, go away."
Yeah, but like the whole thing is that like he was kind of like, you know, like he didn't ever really do anything actively creepy. It was just always really passively creepy to people. And who knows, maybe that was just me kind of viewing it from whatever, because I don't know who this person like was on the inside. And obviously like he never did anything and he wasn't like an actual like pervert, but it was just one of those of like he gave off this like super creepy vibe. And then it turned out like he would actively try to insert Star Trek in whatever conversation we were having or that kind of stuff. So
he's a super nerd.
Like, you know what? It was one of those things of like, I did learn from him and he was good as a science teacher, but there were some aspects of it that I look at now and I'm kind of like, oh no, do not be that way towards my students, right? Like he gave me kind of an example of how like not to be a creeper in that kind of stuff. So I don't know.
You got something out of it, I guess.
I did, right? He gave me something to learn in an example by, and so I'm thankful to him. But still, I had to sit there and watch this Star Trek shit. Right?
That's me. That's me. I didn't get the original Captain Picard uniform, but I was able to snatch the lapel.
I do remember there was one day he was really upset and like he was sitting at his desk pouting because there was on eBay an auction of like an autographed phaser signed by like what is it, the guy that played Captain Kirk, and I'm trying to remember what his name is. God damn, this shows you how much like how Star Trek was basically like the last series that I actually came in on, and I'm kind of like I appreciate, but I'm not really a fan of Star Trek. What is it? What's the guy's name? I'm trying to remember what it is. Like, damn.
Leonard Nimoy? I don't know.
No, it's not Leonard Nimoy. I actually like Leonard. It's William Shatner. That's it. Well, it was like a phaser signed by William Shatner. Because I get that like Star Trek broke the boundaries because Star Trek had the first interracial kiss on TV. And that was like it was like a really huge deal. And my dad actually was a Star Trek fan like in college because it was like the 60s, right? And so they would go to class and then they would like, you know, Star Trek would show on TV when like they got back from class, and he would sit down with his roommates and his friends and like the entire dorm would like watch Star Trek and like have like this kind of stuff. And, you know, having like the first like one of the big like interracial kiss in like American TV like back in the 60s, there were like anti-miscegenation laws in the United States at the time. So having that kind of happen is really interesting. Plus, I feel like Star Trek actually did a very nuanced and very good look at like the idealism of Nazism, because there's one episode where they go to a planet that has only received radio transmission transmissions from like Nazi Germany's TV from like 1933 to 1944. And so they base their entire society off of like the government structure of fascism. And their society is actually growing and prospering. Now, they did skip the genocide part, which is the other side about it. But still, it's also one of those things of like, it's an interesting exploration of how non-racialized fascism would work. And it, like, you know, it's wrong, right? Because fascism fucking sucks and it's a fucking awful theory or like political ideology. But it still had a very nuanced, very honest discussion with its viewers, and it doesn't lie to its viewers, and it doesn't like dumb down shit to its viewers. So Star Trek is a good series.
It's like the weird. Instead of Marvel's What If, it's Hitler. What if?
Yeah. What if, like, you know, they didn't actually fucking hate Jews, or if they didn't fucking hate, like, you know, people that were not German. What if, like, fascism, what if National Socialism was, you know, instituted without the hate part to it?
Mm-hmm.
Which would never happen, because National Socialism and fascism are basically the worst, right? It is the worst. It is an authoritarian regime based on little freedom for the people. So, hey, whatever, but still. Anyways, let's talk about this fucking Nintendo thing, because I actually watched the Nintendo Direct this morning so that I could get prepared for this conversation.
Another authoritarian regime.
Nintendo. Yes. Oh, at least Nintendo graced us with Nintendo 64 games.
Oh,
finally!
All right.
Okay.
So I got a list in no particular order that I'm just gonna go through because I do want to talk about everything. Well, I'll give like. For the stuff that I don't care about, we'll just give like a quick 1-2 punch, like this is it, this is what it is. But for the things we do care about, we're probably going to give like a good talking to.
Oh, shit, dope. Okay.
The first thing I want to bring up is Kirby and the Forgotten Land, which is basically Kirby's it's basically Home Alone 2, but with Kirby instead of Kevin McAllister, because it shows Kirby in a 3D game. I can't think of the last Kirby 3D game other than like the Crystal Shards on 64, but that was like semi 3D, whatever.
Yeah, it was a side scroller 3D game.
But right. But this it looks to be open world. It looks like it just looks like a pure exploration game, because I can't imagine what the story would be, because the trailer is Kirby just arriving in New York that's been overrun by grass, just walking around having fun. And at first I thought, wait, but Kirby can fly. Won't that ruin the exploration? In the trailer, he doesn't fly. He kind of hovers for like a good second. So I'm like, this is going to be an exploration game. And I'm like, what
so
if
might this be like a Mario Odyssey, but for Kirby?
I was about to say, yeah. But the only level is a massive New Donk City.
Yeah? There you go.
And I'm excited because I love Kirby.
Yeah, dude, like I played like the Kirby on the Game Boy, like the what is it? I can't remember what that Kirby was. It was like the original Kirby on the like old school Game Boy.
Oh, Kirby's Dream Land.
Yeah, Kirby's Dream Land. So I played Kirby's Dream Land, but I haven't played any of the other Kirby games. Kirby was never really kind of like my shot, but like I actually like just sort of the series and the story surrounding Kirby. So I think that that's an interesting thing. I might pick this one up if this is going to be kind of a thing, because like Mario, I hadn't bought a Mario game in a while, and then when you told me about Odyssey and I got my Switch, one of the first games that I bought on Nintendo Switch was Mario Odyssey. So
good. Also, if I don't remember if this is on Nintendo Switch Online, but I played Kirby Superstar, which is 8 games in one, which is what I can say is probably the best way to get started with Kirby.
Okay.
It is so good.
Yeah. I'll have to check it out then before the whole stuff happens,
it
right?
It might be on Nintendo Switch Online. And you know what? While we're talking about Nintendo Switch Online, so first of all, Kirby the Forgotten City, super excited. Nintendo Switch Online is adding Nintendo 64 games and Sega Genesis, which is wild. I know.
So could that say that, like, you know, the war between Sega and Nintendo has finally ended?
I think it's
like it's like, you know, if there was any question about whether or not there was still competition between Nintendo and Sega, that question now has been fully resolved to the point of like, yeah, why? Because like Nintendo literally has Sega games now on their platform.
I was gonna say that I thought it ended with the GameCube because like I loved Sonic as a kid, and there are like 8 Sonic games on the GameCube. There's like Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, Sonic Heroes, Sonic Gem Collection, Sonic Super Collection. Oh god. Oh no, I'm a Sonic fan.
Oh no, Sonic fandom, right? Like,
Fuck.
I don't know. I feel like the Sonic fans are like the people that like get constantly shit on and told, "Hey, you should enjoy it," or if you want more Sonic, you gotta buy this.
You know, it's what you said, and you know, it's like what we said earlier about like Nintendo being an abusive relationship where he does nice things sometimes, but for Sonic fans it's worse. Sonic Mania is the single neighbor that just moved in.
Oh no!
You know, you know the story of Sonic Mania, right?
Yeah, I do, because it's like a fan-made game, and Sonic was just kind of like, hell yeah, like do it, and then like Sega was fully approved of it, and it actually like did well, like as a game.
Yeah, and then 2 months later, Sega released Sonic Forces.
Oh, and then they compared the two, and it was like the fan-made one was actually better than Sonic Forces.
The fan-made, people are saying Sonic Mania is the best Sonic game since Sonic Generations, or since Sonic 3 Knuckles. But back to Nintendo Switch Online, because one, yes, finally, it's we're getting N64 games. For me, we should have gotten it from the beginning, but whatever. The only issue is that it's an expansion pack, meaning they're going to charge us more for it. And one thing is like, okay, because the monthly subscription is $20 a year, which is not expensive, right?
No, because, I mean, I have it, right? Yeah. You got it, so hey.
So if the expansion pack is like $25 a year, okay, you know what, fine. We're Gucci. It's all right. Yeah. But anything above that, and I think I might actually be upset, because this is like one thing that we should have had since the beginning, you know?
Right. Well, because obviously, like, I'm speaking as someone who doesn't know this, so I know that, like, you or Will could probably correct me on this when I say this. How hard is it to transfer old IP and then remaster and then make it into, like, you know, something that's playable on new consoles? Because I feel like newer consoles would be able to run the code a lot easier.
Oh, absolutely. And I will say this: it's not like import export done. It's like a good week's worth of work, maybe to a month if it's like a super weird. Like they actually used like punch cards to program this game, but
like the original Pong.
Yeah, exactly. But like. For like NES, NES, and up, it's there's no excuse. Like I said, that's like a week's worth of work, if that. Especially with Nintendo's workers, because that's me saying this as like a computer science major. They got Nintendo workers, all right.
Yeah. Well, because what is it? It's like Final Fantasy getting their like 2D. What is it? 2 through like 6, like added to Steam and on mobile devices. It's one of those things of like, yeah. How hard would it be able to run like a program that was created for the like, you know, fucking Nintendo or the Sega or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. So it's not that hard, obviously, because if like Square Enix is releasing basically 6 games, you know, all at once, then obviously it wasn't that hard to do. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. But then again, I'm willing to openly admit that I'm very ignorant about like how video games are made. And I know that there's a lot of shit that goes into them, but I also can kind of guess that, like, if you play an older game on Steam and you have, like, the newest bleeding edge kind of computer, you should be able to, like, run it with absolutely zero problems.
Absolutely.
Because, yeah.
At this point, it's just code. It's just how the game was programmed.
Yeah. So that's... I actually said out loud when I watched that, and Nintendo was like, we're going to increase the price, but we're giving you Nintendo 64 games and Sega games. And I was like, why? Why raise the price? There's literally nothing. You've done nothing with these properties for such a long time. And it's bucking Nintendo, right? They still charge $60 or like $50 for Mario Odyssey, and that game released in 2017. So, yeah, fuck you, Nintendo. Yeah. Like, it's one of those of, fuck you, but I love you.
Also, please give me Pokemon Stadium 2, please. Dude,
I have
so many good memories of that.
Did you see the announcement for the list of games on the Nintendo Direct that we're going to be able to play? And can I just let you know right now that Banjo-Kazooie has been a game that I've wanted to play for a fucking long time, because I had a Nintendo 64, and one of the games that I got for Christmas was Banjo and Kazooie. It was like essentially a game that my brother Robert bought me, but my parents refused to buy me, and so he was like, "What do you want for Christmas?" I'm like, "Banjo-Kazooie." He's like, "Okay, fine." And so he gets it for me, and my parents get really mad with him. But hey, what the fuck ever. Love you, Rob. But the other thing about it is that, like, I haven't played that game since 9th grade of high school, right? So I'm obviously, it would be like playing it new again, but I remember loving the game because it was kind of like, Rare's mascot. Like, if Nintendo had Mario, Banjo-Kazooie was Rare, and their games were fucking great. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited that Banjo-Kazooie is the thing. And I also told Savannah, and Savannah's excited too, because Savannah likes watching me play video games, but only certain games. Like, this is not like a girlfriend review situation. It's very much like we have our different kind of hobbies and whatever, and we go do them. But she said that she would actually legitimately watch me play Banjo-Kazooie if it ever came out on Switch. So now I finally get to test if that's true.
I get to test the bonds of marriage.
Well, no, not even that, because the other thing is that Legend of Zelda, Ocarina, right, of Time is coming out too. Star Fox 64 is coming out.
Let me run through these. You give me your. We'll give a one-word review of how we're feeling about these games coming out.
Yeah.
So on launch, as soon as N64 online drops, we get Dr. Mario 64.
Meh. Yeah.
Mario Kart 64. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Mario Tennis. All right.
Nah. Not tennis man.
Sin and Punishment. Never heard of that.
Yeah.
Star Fox 64.
Woo! Yeah. I know. I'm ready. My body is ready. I played that game so fucking much that I remember getting an A or is it S ranking. I can't remember the highest one for it was. But then if apparently you got so many kills, the main guy at the end would be like, "It's a very expensive bill, but it's worth it." And I just remember feeling really fucking accomplished as a child getting that voice line. Right?
Super Mario 64. I already bought the Mario 3D collection.
Same. So it's kind of not a thing.
The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Yes.
Fuck yes.
Yes. Yeah. Win-back covert operations. Another, huh?
Yeah.
Yoshi's Story.
Fuck yes. 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 Yes.
No joke. Sometimes if I can't sleep, I just play Yoshi's Story music. So nice. All right.
Because, dude, that's another game that Savannah said she'd be down to watch me play on the TV.
Oh, it's
so fuck yes.
It's so visually beautiful too. I love it. Well, not visually.
It is.
Not in terms of graphics, but in terms of environment, colors, characters. Oh, that elephant in underpants with the stop sign. Oh, you bastard! I hated you as a kid, but now I love you.
Yeah. Right.
All right. So here are the games coming to Switch later. Banjo-Kazooie. Yes.
Oh my god, I'm ready. Why can't you be on launch? Fuck some of those other games that we were meh. Right? Why do you have why does Nintendo have to release one good game and then one bad game? They're like, "We're gonna give you a spoonful of cheese and then here's the broccoli later." Here's the whatever. Nintendo, stop.
I will say this: broccoli and cheddar is delicious. You take that back.
Well, it also loses all nutritional value when you put the cheddar on it. And I was actually raised to only eat broccoli, and so I only eat broccoli now. It's like when you're raised to drink skim milk and people are like, "Ugh," and I'm just like, well, I mean, my mom basically bought everything for me. I can't be like, "I want whole milk."
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can't wait to force kids to eat what I like. So, coming out, Banjo-Kazooie, F-Zero X, which that's the first F-Zero game coming out at any time. Kirby 64 Crystal Shards, where Kirby has a cell phone. Yes.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Your favorite game, but again, Mario Golf.
Yeah. Yeah, I also heard that there was an update for Mario Golf, and I was just like, you just added courses.
And
Y'all, come
Koopa
on.
Troopa.
So, who cares? And then they also got the ninja character that has like
Ninja.
buttons where his nipples should be, and it makes me uncomfortable looking at him.
Oh, they're not buttons. Don't be silly. Those are nipples.
They're just, those are his actual nips. It's my science teacher in a video game.
Star Trek. Paper Mario.
Yeah, I like that one. I think that's good. That's a good one.
I never played the first Paper Mario. I played the GameCube one, the one on Wii, and I skipped Color Splash because I heard it's awful, and Origami King. So I actually did want to play the first one.
Well, I'm
Pokemon
also
Snap.
like the RPG person, right? So obviously, I would have more reason to play Paper Mario.
Absolutely.
But,
yeah, correct.
Yeah. Pokemon Snap, like the original one, I'm
Bro,
actually kind of excited, but
me
that game
too.
has very little content to it.
I mean, yes, especially if you know all the secrets, but like, I used to go to like a rec center after school, right? You know, basically free babysitters.
Yeah.
And they had a Nintendo 64, and they only had one game for some reason.
It was Pokemon Snap.
And it was so cool because it was rumor, and this was like one of the first games where the rumors were true, right? Because it was like, did you know in Mario 64 you can get a gun? It's like, no, well,
No.
you believe it.
Yeah.
But Pokemon Snap is like, yo, push that Magikarp into the water, it turns into Gyarados. And then that was actually true.
Dude,
A magical time.
it was a magical time. It was such a great thing. I think, like, what is it? Like, Pokemon Snap came out like the very day that we were getting in a car to drive to Florida because my brother was getting married. You know, brother Rob, right? The very same one who got me Banjo-Kazooie, right?
The king!
Yeah, he was getting married to his wife, and all the family was there, and so we all sat down like in like the hotel in Florida, and like all my cousins and me and my sisters and like siblings were there, and we were just playing Pokemon Snap.
Bro,
And,
you were the coolest. You were the cool cousin for bringing that.
Dude, I really was not. Like, you fucking take that back, my guy. Like, I am not a cool person at all. So, I wasn't either. Like, I didn't fucking talk until 9th grade, right? So that's the whatever thing. But still, Pokemon Snap, great. I'm for it. Let's continue on before I go on another rant.
Hell yeah. And the last one announced is Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, which gave me nightmares as a kid, so I can't wait to revisit it as an adult.
Yeah, Majora's Mask had like some really fucking dark adult themes to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, you know, the whole fact of like...
It was Skull Kid that scared me, because like...
Yeah.
So he's not like a Mexican, like American ghosts and goblins and all that don't scare me, like Bigfoot, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But like he kind of looked like a sugar skull. So I thought he was Mexican. And because of that, I thought he was like the Llorona's kids.
Yeah.
I legit, because I love his mask design. It's not at all anything like a sugar skull, but like as I was a kid, you know, when you're a kid, everything is your world, right? So I just saw a painted face, a painted mask, and I'm like, he's Mexican.
Oh, yeah.
He's like me.
Yeah.
He's gonna kill me.
That's funny. I mean, hey, honestly, Skull Kid probably would drown you, right? So, I mean, you know, there is that thing. But still, like that's a dynamite like layup for Nintendo.
Oh, absolutely.
The only thing I'm not happy about is their like price increase, and I'm like, why? Because y'all don't take care of your servers anyways.
I was $20. It's like, hey, get rolled back, all right? Then we'll talk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, like, or just keep it $20, right? Yeah. Like I hate the subscription models for like everything nowadays that we have to have subscription shit. Like, it's one of those things, like, of, like, Netflix literally had everything. And then other people were like, wait, we can make money off of things like Netflix. And then they made, you know, everyone now has their own subscription service. Mm-hmm. And it sucks. Like, I hate it.
Yeah, and we talked about this on the Wolfwalkers episode, that because of, like, how strictly exclusive things are, unless you have Apple TV, you can't watch Wolfwalkers, which is a damn shame because I think everybody should watch Wolfwalkers.
It's such a good movie, and it's like it's fucking weird that like Apple has the only rights to it, and that there's no planned release to release it on like DVD or Blu-ray.
Yeah,
so
it's stupid. But now let's talk about the Sega Genesis Switch online game. So I was a Nintendo kid. I was a Nintendo kid. Because, like, my mom didn't trust anything else. Because I remember what it was, too. She read in a newspaper about God of War's sex scene and violence. And she was like, Nintendo would never do that. My son only plays Nintendo.
Oh, no. Because I remember playing God of War, and the sex scenes were really fucking hilarious. Like, it wasn't even, like, erotic. They were just, like, really funny. And like they would even like have the camera pan away to where you only saw a shadow.
I was gonna say, look at that vase,
or like a vase that was sitting on a table, or like it was a shadow. And then like if you missed the quick time events, it was either like she would moan or like give this really disappointed sigh. So like okay, yeah, whatever. Like damn, like it was one of those things of like, this is what y'all are mad about. This is dumb. This is like someone made a Flash game from like 2002 or something and put it on like God of War. So but yeah,
I can't wait to play all the Sega Genesis games for the first time. Castlevania Bloodlines, Contra Hard Corps. Actually, I lied because Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine was on the Sonic Collections game, and that game is so much fun. Echo the Dolphin, Golden Axe, Gunstar Heroes, Rystar, something like that. Shining Force, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Streets of Rage 2, Musha, Phantasy Star 4, Shinobi 3, and Strider.
Which are all good games. Like, they're all really good. What is it? I heard, like, a couple in there that I was like, okay, Golden Axe was something that, like, we played in co-op when we would go to the lake house, right? So, like, that was obviously one of them. I remember, God, what was it? Castlevania was another one, obviously. I remember that one. My mom was not, my mom was really big into, like, checking what I was reading or what I was watching. So she would always, like, have to be like, is there devil worship in this? Because my mom's, like, super Christian. And so, when Harry Potter first came out, she actually had to read the books herself to make sure there wasn't any actual witchcraft in it. To which I responded to, me as an adult now thinking about it, to which I would be like, but how would you know, Mom? Unless you practice witchcraft, right?
She does that. She does that thing where it's like, I don't know, a goblin is terrorizing your home, and she casts a spell, and you're like, Mom! And she, like, shows you this tattoo on her back that's like, I'm a witch. And you're like, wait a minute, I'm like 30 years old. How'd you hide that from me all this time?
Just like, for me, like, it wouldn't even be that thing. It would just be like, okay.
Yeah, we talked
like, that
about
would be, like, that would just be it. I would just be like, okay, fine. Like, whatever.
Let's move on.
I gotta go back to work, Mom. Like, just, yeah.
Speaking of Mom, Mommy, we finally have Bayonetta 3 gameplay and a release window.
Yeah, I'm actually excited about that because I played Bayonetta 1 and Bayonetta 2 on Steam, and I was like actually kind of impressed because I like the Devil May Cry series. So then I tried playing like Bayonetta, and I liked it. I thought it was good. I understood why they decided to make it like hypersexualized, because that's her character, right? Is that she's someone who's like not ashamed of sexy things and that kind of stuff. But it's like still kind of like when you first experience it, you get that shock, right? Mm-hmm. That shock factor of the zoom in of when she jumps over a missile and then lands on it. But when she lands on it,
she's like
it like zooms
it
into her crotch, like straddling the rocket, and you're just like, yo, okay, sure. We made this decision, huh?
So
is this
Bayonetta 3 looks fun. I'll be honest. At first, I had no idea what fucking game it was, but then I saw like the soldiers. That's the word. Shooting the kaiju, and I thought it was like, is this like a war management game where you're like controlling squads of soldiers killing kaijus in real time? That sounds Bayonetta. Cool.
Yeah.
I had this whole theory in my head. But no, what looks
Yeah.
cool about this game is it looks like you can do like Pokemon battles with your demon summons.
Yeah, like I saw there was like what is it, a lava tarantula that also would transform into like a scorpion.
Yeah.
Like I was like, that is like one of the most terrifying things because I'm not afraid of scorpions, but I am fucking afraid of tarantulas, and so it was like, great, it has the worst of both. It
Hell
has
yeah.
the stickers, yeah. But still, I'm actually kind of excited for this one. I think I might get it on the Switch. Who knows? Little known announcement that was not related to the Nintendo Direct, but it was really kind of only for fans like me. Did you know that Dragon Quest 3 is getting a 2D HD remaster and a remake? And then, because it's going to be like Octopath Traveler, but for Dragon Quest. And then guess what? Dragon Quest 12 was announced. So,
Oh shit.
yeah.
Nice.
I know. Like, I'm fucking hyped. I'm like, great. Now let's see how many years I get to wait before I play this one.
And
I don't know.
how many years it will remove from my life. With
Probably 12.
so much content.
I don't know. Like, Dragon Quest 11 did well in North America, so hopefully, like, Square Enix will actually fucking publish it in the United States. So, yeah. But still, like, the Nintendo Switch Direct, this was a good Direct. I actually think that this was a good one. Because even, like, they gave more information on, like, the new Mario Party that's coming out, and it feels like the old one. It feels like, a good time. Like, they're not bogging it down with that stupid cart mechanic from the other Mario Party games.
Yeah.
And, like, there's a mini games only version
Yeah.
that's coming out with, like, 200 mini games or something like that. So, like, hell yeah, that sounds awesome.
I have that here as well. Mario Party Superstars will be returning with Woody Woods, Yoshi's Tropical Island, and Horrorland.
Yeah, like, it's like Luigi's Mansion.
Hell
It's fucking
yeah.
great. Like, I'm so excited. Like, it's a good one.
And hey, fully online gameplay, which Nintendo doesn't do, so hell yeah.
Yeah.
And what
well,
else?
maybe that's why they're charging another $20 or something like that, because they decided that they're gonna finally upgrade their servers from like a 1993 IBM like server brack into whatever.
What are you talking about? This is the best server available. It's what got the first rocket on the moon.
Oh my god. Yeah, but still, like, dude, what was the thing that made you scream like during this Nintendo Direct? Right? 'Cause
I'm
obviously-
saving that for last. We're gonna go
Okay.
through this.
Okay,
So,
okay.
So Splatoon 3 gameplay. To be honest, I like Splatoon single player mode more than its multiplayer mode, and I'm disappointed that none of the single player mechanics are in multiplayer mode. But hey, my sisters religiously play Splatoon, so I'm probably gonna get it just to play with them.
I know that Splatoon 2 is like one of the other Nintendo games that like never goes down from that $60 price point.
I swear,
So-
yeah, it's gonna be $50 when
I know.
Splatoon 3 comes out.
Dude, Splatoon 3, like, cause I didn't play Splatoon 1 or 2, right? Because I'm not good at like FPS with like controllers. I'm good with like a keyboard and mouse.
Yeah.
But I think I might get this one and play it because I'm interested in like getting into it. Because there's a lot of kids that like come to class that like talk about Splatoons, and I don't know anything about Splatoon, so
The only thing that I'm upset about is that Splatoon, right? The first Splatoon came out in 2015. It's been 5 years, about to be 6 years, and they already have like 3 games under the belt.
Oh.
F-Zero fans are crying. Me as
Yeah.
a Mario fan, I'm crying because it's been like almost 4 years since Odyssey came out. And
That's true.
I'm
Because
so envious of Splatoon. Splatoon is like getting a new game every other year.
I know, dude. Like Odyssey. Why hasn't there been like an Mario Odyssey? Or what if they're gonna do like Odyssey or like Mario Iliad?
I hope they do an Odyssey too. I hope
And have Mario's gay lover killed by like Hector of Troy. I don't know.
I hope they pull a Galaxy and be like, "Yo, this is the best Mario game we made in a long time. Let's just make a sequel real quick." Because that's
Yeah.
what they did with Galaxy 2. They did the same thing with Breath of the Wild. Yo, this is the best Zelda game we've had in a while. Let's pump out a sequel. Do it with Odyssey, please. Come on. I don't want to wait until the Nintendo like Switch 3 for a new Mario Odyssey. Come on.
I mean, because like it's their headliner, right? You would think that they would be more IP for their headliner,
Yeah,
but they did just come out with like Mario Golf and like Mario Origami Team. So, man, like I don't know what to kind of tell you about this because they even had Mario Maker 1 and 2 that was made.
yeah.
So, and I feel like doing Mario when it comes to like Odyssey or 64 or Galaxy, it takes a lot more effort to do than scrollers or like sports games. Because you actually have to like come up with that concept, right?
Yeah. Moving on from that is Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak expansion pass. I played Monster Hunter World. I loved it. Never played Rise yet, but
you should play Rise. Like honestly, play Rise because then we can play together. Because like I've been like basically alone on this one, and like none of my students in like anime club or like the gaming club like know what really play Monster Hunter. They know of it, but they don't play it. So it's kind of like fucking disappointing. And then, it's just kind of like, I
fell in love with World because I had Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate on the Wii U. I got it for like $5. And I liked it, but like the old Monster Hunter games are for some reason so inconvenient that the new one fixed. Like I remember playing Monster Hunter World and be like, I don't have to buy pickaxes.
Yeah, dude. Like, they're all fucking complicated for no fucking reason because that's Monster Hunter, right? Yep. Like, Monster Hunter is, like, another community that has really toxic gatekeepers. And there's, like, a massive community outside of those people that, like, are really welcoming and, like, try to help you. So it's like, again, another polarized version of whatever. But, like, hey, dude, I'm honestly going to say this. You really should get Monster Hunter Rise. Because especially with this new update, I'm really excited to see how they're going to mix in like the West versus East or the East meets West demographic, right? Because obviously they had like a Western dragon, like a wyvern show up and that kind of shit.
What the fuck is that white dragon? That's just a mouth. It's gross.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're monsters, dude, right? That's the whole point. You hunt them. Oh. So, like, get good and fucking kill them.
And we got a little drama. We got a little drama coming up. And because Smash Brothers, so I made a Smash prediction video on my personal channel.
Right.
And it's funny because it's completely null now because the Smash character wasn't announced. But here's the thing. They said, hey, listen, Smash Bros, we're not going to be here. But we will reveal it later, October 5th, right? With a whole Sakurai Direct. Guess what else comes out October 5th?
What?
Smash Bros. Nickelodeon R-Star Brawl. So Nintendo made the active decision to delay. Okay, I don't know this for a fact, but in my headcanon, they delayed the reveal just so they can like take attention off Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. I 1000% believe that this was a tactic. This is a war tactic. And guess what else comes out October 5th?
Yeah?
Me, bitch! My birthday!
Yeah? You gonna, like, so I feel like, here's the thing, though, is that I really don't think that Nintendo really should worry about like Smash Brothers because I don't really think that there's a Smash Brothers like killer. Right?
I will say this: I've been watching a ton of Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl because they're doing like character reviews, like the developer, like, hi, my name's Blank, and we're gonna show off SpongeBob. This game is Melee. It's Smash Bros. Melee.
Oh really? Like one of the like old school GameCube ones, yeah.
They got wave dashing, they got combos, they got all that bullshit. So I honestly think that if it won't kill Smash, it will kill Melee.
Yeah, well, like, here's the thing, is that I feel the Smash community is, like, really, 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 really into Smash, right?
I am,
like,
yes.
Because, what is it? It's one of those things of when you meet a Smash player and, you talk to them, it is essentially that either there is no just liking Super Smash Brothers. Either you're aloof to it or you are like dedicated to it. So, I think that Smash is going to be fine. And I think that you could enjoy the Nickelodeon one without it being kind of competitive. But still,
I know you can. I'm just making a joke because
I know, but it's
I can't believe That's my headcanon. I honestly believe that the reveal was supposed to be today, but they changed it up just to like give a little screwball to Smash Nickelodeon because they're just
Yeah.
dropping it on a random day. There is nothing significant about October 5th.
Yeah.
Other than it's my birthday, but even then, I don't care.
Well, like, man, like you can watch like a 20-minute whatever. Actually, no, like the Sakurai Smash Brothers like directs are
Oh,
like
it's probably
what,
yeah.
40.
It's gonna be an hour long.
Yeah. Yeah, like they go that deep into it. That's what I'm talking about. Like the Smash Brothers community is super fucking into it. Like, yeah. Still,
So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see who the new character is. I place my final prediction as Doom Guy. If you want more information,
Guy?
if you
Yeah.
want more information on that, go ahead and watch my videos. My video.
Well, I have no prediction because I have no dog in this fight. So there you go. Go watch his video. Give him money.
Oh, please.
Go give
do.
him views.
All right. Next, Animal Crossing will get its own direct in October, and the only thing we know is that Brewster and the Roost is coming back. And
Okay.
that the song for the Roost, that soft piano, do 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 do, it's so
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
So
I
I'm
think it's gonna be good.
Yeah, I can't believe that they're getting an own direct because, to be honest, when Animal Crossing, like I know the game of the year for 2020 was Last of Us 2. No, it wasn't. Shut the fuck up, Video Game Awards
Yeah.
with your woke culture bullshit. It was Animal Crossing. But
Was it really woke culture bullshit? Have you actually played The Last of Us 2?
no, that's just what I hear.
Then shut the fuck up. I don't know. Yeah, but still, no.
But-
Like out of like sales and out of enjoyment, I would honestly say that like Animal Crossing was probably the thing that like kept me grounded and sane during the lockdown. So that should have won video game of the year. But like the problem was is that they didn't update it as much as they were going to say to.
I was gonna say exactly that because for being such a breakout hit, like that game saved people from the pandemic. There were companies advertising using in-game stuff. Everybody knows about Animal Crossing now, and they did it updated like they should have. So they're finally doing it. It's a little late. Yes, it's late. Let's see if it's too little too late. It's just late. But we'll figure out what it is. Now, later than that, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic making its way on Switch this November.
Yeah.
Castlevania Advanced Collection bringing 4 Castlevania games to the Switch. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Arced Razor Renaissance. I've never seen this game before, but I want to play it. It looks cool.
Well, yeah, because you basically play a god, right? And you can like you save the worth, and then like after the game, you basically be the god to these people. It's like a sim simulator on top of a side scroller.
Yeah.
So that should be interesting. I agree with you.
Project Triangle Strategy is now just called Triangle Strategy, so good for you. So, like, I respect Octopath Traveler for its style, and this is made by the same team, but it's going to be a strategy game. Stop being like, it's Project Octopath, but that's not we're going to change the name. we didn't. Isn't that funny? Okay, cool, good for y'all. And now you did the same joke. Get over yourselves.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Metroid Dread getting a new extended story trailer. Everybody knows how excited I am for Metroid Dread. The card RPG from Square Enix, Voice of Cards, looks like it could be very interesting.
Well, the guy that did, or was it Yoko Taro?
Yeah, it's Yoko Taro.
Is making this game, right? So, or he's co-making this game with some other people, right?
Yeah.
So I think that this might be one where like the storyline is super deep and like takes several playthroughs. I'm just not a fan of card games.
So
no, I'm not. Like I really don't care. Like it sucks because I don't like any of the popular card games.
I getcha.
Whatever.
But it doesn't look like it's deck builder. To me, when I was watching it, I'm like, this looks like more of an RPG that just looks like cards.
Yeah, but the only thing that I don't like about it is the whole aspect of like rolling dice and luck kind of thing.
I get you.
Because I mean like with anything like Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, or like Chrono Trigger, there is obviously an RNG system that kind of works like a Dungeons and Dragons kind of thing. I am not. I'm just not into cards. Like, that's it. Like, if this was an RPG, a JRPG that was coming out, and it had kind of like that aspect of it and whatever, then I would be okay with it. But then again, here's the issue: is that I'm probably gonna buy this a couple years down the road and then fucking love it. So who knows?
Go fish.
Who knows, man?
Go fish. More like, go home.
More like anime girl waifu witchu. I don't know what the fuck.
All right, Dying Light Stay Tuned. A cloud version is coming to the Switch, which is all right. Deltarune Chapter 2 coming to the Switch, which I can't wait to play because I love Deltarune Chapter 1. It's free if you haven't played it. I recommend. Final Fantasy Mario Kart Chocobo Grand Prix.
We both know someone who would love that. You know who I'm talking about, but still.
Kentucky Fried Chocobo. Best decision I ever made.
I don't care. Like, it was one of those of just like, I really don't. Like,
I just thought it was funny. Like, Gilgamesh is a racer, and I'm like, didn't he like massacre planets? Okay.
Yeah. Great.
Disco Elysium coming to Switch. I've never played Disco Elysium, but it's like one of those games where if somebody's played it, they're like, you need to play Disco Elysium. So I might look at it. Hyrule Warriors Expansion Pass 2. I'm not going to play the DLC until it's all out, but I love the Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity game dearly. Yeah. So when it all comes out, then I'll probably get all of it.
Yeah, and I'm glad that at least there's getting some more storyline added to it. I'm just not a Destiny Warrior kind of person. So like, I tried to play Persona Strikers because I like Persona and I like Nautilus or like Atlas. I couldn't get into it.
Yeah, no, it's respectable. It's very repetitive, but there's just this feeling of serotonin when I like do a special move and it says like 200 KOs. I'm like, oh yes.
Yeah. Right.
We got Kingdom Hearts 4. For some reason, it's called Disney Magical World 2.
Yeah, and it was a 3DS game that's now coming out on Nintendo Switch. So they're trying to package it as like something really new, but it's not. So fuck them.
Yeah, it's like Ultimate Edition with like all the DLC, which I don't know, could be fun. I'm probably not gonna get it unless people are like, "Yo, this game is stupid good." Shadowrun Trilogy, bringing 3 Shadowrun games to the Switch. I never played any of it. Rune Factory 5 coming to Switch. A new Arcade Archives Pac-Man game. And now, the story that made me scream twice. And I was watching this. I was watching this in my car at work. So, let me preface this by saying that I knew a Mario movie was coming out for like 3 years now. I have known. And I've known it was going to be with Illumination, right? So my idea was like, what if it's like the Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, right? Where Mario doesn't really talk, everybody around him does, including Luigi, right? Because if they do that, they can have a story, and they can have a Mario game with the Nintendo humor, because every Mario RPG game has been fantastically funny, and sometimes incredibly emotional. So I thought, okay, if they go like a Mario RPG route, I can see where they're headed, but you can't do like a classic Mario thing, because then it's just, Mute Plumber walking around doing cool stuff. And like, maybe it's going to be an action movie, but I don't know. But now, knowing the cast changes everything. This is the first time I screamed. Chris Pratt as Mario.
Great.
I screamed because it was a laugh scream, right? Mm-hmm. Because that's so unexpected, because I'm here thinking Mario's going to be mute. It's Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt does not do mute. Like, maybe in like 50 years, like he'll do like a one-word character, like how they got Vin Diesel to do Groot, right?
Yeah.
But like, this Mario's going to fucking talk.
But yeah, and that's like they already have the voice actor from Mario, the original one, is still alive, and so is
I'm
it for
Captain Lou
Luigi too.
Albano.
Why not just have them do? Why just not have them do it? Because they're voice actors. They're not actors,
So
but they're still talented people.
So I will say this. I think Chris Pratt is just like that celebrity pick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all it is. I love Chris Pratt with all my heart, like since Parks and Recreation. But I do have to admit, this is like a Hollywood pick. Like Chris Pratt,
Yeah.
like how Ben Schwartz was Sonic. Like, not saying that Ben Schwartz is a bad voice actor, but like Sonic's voice is iconic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was
But
very
at least
obviously.
Ben Schwartz killed it though.
He did.
Like he killed it. Yeah.
It did. It was very obvious, like a Hollywood move. I don't know. I would have preferred like Sonic Adventure 2 Battle Sonic, but it's all right. So Chris Pratt, like I said, the Hollywood move. I'm not sure how he's gonna play it, but
Yeah.
he did.
And who knows? Maybe he does. Maybe he has like a really good Mario impression.
I was gonna say because he was Emmett in the Lego Movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he can show off his voice acting chops. For Peach, Anna Taylor-Joy, I have no clue who she is. Do you know?
No,
Okay,
I don't know. I don't
good.
know who she is. I'll Google her. Google her while you're doing this stuff, right?
Yeah, she's she was in the Queen's Gambit, so I don't know.
No way. Damn. Okay.
I've
So
never
then
seen
maybe
Queen's
I
Gambit.
do. Yeah. She was in Split. She was also in The Witch, that really good movie from 2015.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe like, hey, that's a good one.
Well,
but
yeah,
then again, like Princess Peach is like a nobody, right? She's
Yeah,
like
I was
a
gonna
plain
say.
Jane.
I was gonna say, yeah. So that makes sense if you cast somebody for Princess Peach because thank you, Mario. Have a cake. I don't feel like that's like too difficult to do. But like I
Yeah.
said, because Chris Pratt as Mario, I have no idea what it could be now. I legitimately don't.
Yeah.
Then we move on, and this is the one that made me scream out of excitement. Charlie Day as Luigi. Now.
Yeah.
I've seen every episode of It's Always Sunny front to back twice now. So Charlie Day, and everybody knows, can I talk to you about the mail, Mac? I've been dying to talk to you about the mail every day coming in. Pepe Silvia.
Yeah.
So-
No, dude, like I think that's a perfect choice because Luigi's
perfect.
character is supposed to be like manic.
Yeah, he's
supposed to be like really scared.
He's a coward with a heart of gold. He's basically
Yeah.
Courage the Cowardly Dog. But like
Yeah.
it fit, like that one made sense to me, which is why I scream laughed. And
Yeah.
I love Charlie Day with all my heart. I can't wait. Jack Black as Bowser.
As Bowser, I actually like that one. That's the one that I'm most excited about because Jack Black
Honestly,
is a
yeah.
fucking hilarious guy, and he can do voice acting too, right? So
He's
still,
he's just such a
like-
fun guy. Like Kung Fu Panda Po is iconic.
yeah, like because the whole thing is that like Bowser is supposed to be like scary, goofy, but he's still goofy. He's scary, but he's still goofy. So I think that he could probably pull that off. So I think that was a safe choice to make, was Jack Black being that way. So I think that's a good one. I like that one. I really do. I think that's a good one.
Oh,
But
absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, and I think Charlie Day as like Luigi is also a good one too. I just don't. I don't know about Jack. I don't know about like making Mario Chris Pratt. Like that's the
Like I said,
thing.
that's the only one that confuses me. It's the Hollywood move, right?
Yeah. But then again, like I wasn't sure about Ben Schwartz in the Sonic movie, but
Yeah,
again,
he
he
did
surprised
good.
me. He proved me wrong. So, whatever,
Yeah.
right?
And then we got Keenan Michael Peele as
As
Toad.
Toad. Yeah, I saw that one. I actually laughed out loud. I was like, is there a reason why they're making,
Black Toad.
Peele, yeah, like Toad, like the servant of like Peach, the literal fucking servant slash. I don't even think like it's like a monarchy kind of almost like institutional slate. Like I don't want to say that, but still. Like, you get what I'm saying. Like, isn't that kind of funny that they, like, made the black voice actor, like, the character that's, like, not, like, no one really cares about?
And honestly, it's gonna be weird because y'all heard Toad, right? He's like,
Yeah. Right?
So
Mario.
that's like the one that also got me because now I know literally nothing about the movie. Toad is going to speak?
Yeah.
What is he gonna say? Help?
Nothing. He's gonna say nothing because Toad's like one of like the. I don't want to say he's the worst because I like play him most of the time, like when I get the option to.
Yeah.
But still, like I just don't know. Like again, for this movie, I don't know what they're gonna do. I really hope that like Illumination Studios doesn't fuck this up.
Well, I will say this.
This could break them.
I will say two things. One, Illumination Studios. Doesn't matter what you think about the movies. If you hate Minions, Secret Life of Pets Sing, they know how to animate. They are fantastic animators. Really beautiful movies from an animation perspective. And number two, Shigeru Miyamoto is personally overlooking this. And if he's like even half as strict as he is with Paper Mario, I think it's going to be all right.
I was actually going to say that, right? Because Nintendo is super protective of their IP.
Exactly.
So they're not going to release something that's like a really shitty movie.
And
because they learned from like how many people clowned on them for like the live action Mario.
Yeah, I was
with like
I
Bob
was just
Hoskins.
about to bring that up.
Yeah. And John Leguizamo. Like, I just don't want them to... I want them to actually do, like, a Sicilian accent instead of, like, a Brooklyn accent, right? Because Mario is Italian. So don't make him, like, Brooklyn, right? Don't make him an American Italian. Make him fucking Italian.
Hey, fuck
like
you, Luigi!
Right.
And,
right.
And Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong, which...
I love this one.
Yeah, I have no idea how that's going to play out. Because, like, once again, a Donkey Kong doesn't fucking speak. It's a joke. Like, I know, like, they don't speak, haha. But, like, in games, like in RPGs and stuff, Toad speaks, Luigi speaks, all that. Donkey Kong, canonically, is a fucking gorilla. Without the ability to speak English. Like, I remember, because in Super Mario Baseball for the GameCube... there's a story mode where everybody's talking, and if you pick Donkey Kong, all his dialogue is monkey noises with parentheses as to what he's trying to say.
Yeah. Well, like, it's the other thing of, like, if you ever watched the Donkey Kong animated series, like, way back in the day, like, the Donkey Kong that was there was actually, like, this surfer, like, California kind of dude. So I feel like Seth Rogen's a perfect choice for that. I just can imagine Seth Rogen is kind of, like, taking a couple of takes and being like... Hey Mario, I got this new banana bong. Like his little, like whatever.
I don't know. Nobody can do the Seth Rogen laugh.
I made a banana out of a bong. Yeah.
Coconut cream pies, Mario.
Oh yeah, shit. And, I don't know.
The supporting cast, Kamek's gonna be in the movie, voiced by Kevin Michael Richardson. I don't know who he is. I'm sorry. Cranky Kong's going to be in the movie. I'm excited for that, played by Fred Armisen. Once again, don't know who you are, sorry.
What, Fred Armisen? You don't know Fred Armisen?
No.
He was on SNL. He was on Portlandia.
Yeah, I don't watch SNL.
You know, I don't watch SNL either, but like I know that like Fred Armisen is like Fred Armisen is a method actor. So when he does something, he actually goes full character for the amount of time it takes to shoot the project. And has actually been divorced a couple of times because his wives couldn't deal with him changing characters.
What a master to the craft!
Yeah, I'll need to send some Portlandia like clips to you.
All right, absolutely, sure thing. Like I get method acting and it makes sense, but I just can't wait for him to be in the booth, like. Just like eating banana. Oh no, he's Cranky Kong, so he's gonna be walking around with a king, like smacking animators in the shins.
Yeah. Don't interrupt me.
And the last one, this is the only one I knew, Sebastian Maniscalco as Spike. Now we actually talked about this on the last podcast, 2 podcasts ago, because he was on the Bert Kreischer podcast. He's like, I gotta leave soon. Oh yeah, what are you doing? Voice acting. For what? Oh, that Mario movie. I'm playing Spike. And that didn't completely break it for me because I'm like, that actually supported my theory, right? My theory that Mario doesn't speak. It's like an RPG adventure, but everybody around him does. So if Sebastian is going to be playing Spike, the foreman from Wrecking Crew, that like completely supported my theory. But then, Chris Pratt came out and kicked me in the teeth.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, again, it's one of those wait and see kind of moments for me.
I honestly...
Like, I understand why people are kind of upset about this, especially because the voice actor that actually does Mario and does Mario well,
I was going to say,
is only getting cameos.
Yeah.
So...
Because, to be completely frank and honest, Charles Martinet, the king, right, plays Mario, Luigi, Waluigi, Wario, and a ton of others. It's a very video game voice, right? Which is something that might get annoying if you listen to it on repeat, like, all the time. Because just hearing Mario go, woo, yaha, woo, all that stuff is, like, burned into my memories, right?
Yeah.
And... he proved that he can make the Mario Brothers speak during Luigi's Mansion 2, where they, like, spoke 3-word sentences. It's like, hey, bro.
Yeah, but here's, like what I was saying before, is that, like, this person is an actual voice actor, right?
I know what you mean, yeah.
Yeah, they're on par. We're on par with, like, the performances that, like, Chris Pratt or, like, any of these people could actually do. They have experience. They know the characters. They've basically made that their, like, partial identity for a while. So why not put this person in, right? Mm-hmm. Because he could probably tone it down too.
Yeah,
also,
and that also supported my theory, because they can have Charles Martinet doing Mario and have him just make his Mario noises. But you know what? Mm-hmm. I'm glad he's in the movie. I'm glad he's doing cameos. I feel like he's gonna be like comedic relief. Like, for the entire movie, like, he's going to be the reference dropper. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I feel.
I don't know. Like, I kind of get, like, I understand they're trying to get people to watch this, right? And so they need big-name actors, because this has to be ultimately, this is going to be a movie for kids, right?
Yeah.
Like, let's be fair. There's going to be Illumination, which is a movie for kids, but has adult references, so that, like, adults don't want to kill themselves in the movie theater when they're watching this movie. Mm-hmm. So, hey, you know what? Fine. Like, we can try this out, and that's okay. I understand how Hollywood deals, and I know that you know this too. Hollywood has a terrible, terrible track record when it comes to, like, video game movies.
Absolutely.
So,
in fact, whatever happened to that Monster Hunter movie?
It's bad.
Oh, it's
awful.
I've never even seen it. Is it already out?
I watched it. It's they basically made it, instead of, like, from being this kind of, like, because, Monster Hunter is, like, this whimsical, yes, there's danger, but it's not like a horror movie kind of thing. It's more like a action movie. Yeah. They made it into basically a fucking horror movie.
Yeah. Another thing I didn't like is that, like, I'm looking at the poster right now. Like, the main character has a gun. Like, it looks like a gun blade. And I'm like, You're missing the point. The point of Monster Hunter is to have a hammer carved out of the bones of a dinosaur that also leaks lava for no given reason. Also, the hammer is the size of 4 men, and one very skinny anime girl is, like, swinging it around like a sock monkey. Mm-hmm. Like, you're missing the point.
Yeah. Like, just do, like, and I don't know, because the guy that's doing it is Paul W.S. Anderson, who did the Resident Evil movies, and also did, like, Mortal Kombat. Like, the only good movie that he's done is Mortal Kombat and Resident Evil 1.
Mortal Kombat was fun.
Yeah, well, like, because, I mean, how can you fuck it up? It's a tournament arc, right? Like, it's one of the easiest and laziest things to do. That's why, like, a lot of, like, Japanese anime does tournament arcs, because tournament arcs require very little, like, writing skill to do. So, yeah, you can't really fuck that up. But then, I don't know, apparently they fucked up the new Mortal Kombat movie too. So,
wait, there's a new one?
Yeah, it's on HBO.
Oh, no, I liked it. Okay, so fucked it up is a strong word. It was very stupid, but the fight scenes where things mattered were fucking fantastic. The fight scenes were amazing.
Yeah. But, I mean, like, the old Mortal Kombat movie was fun because it was cheesy, because it was basically the fucking 90s, and who gives a shit, right? And if you come into this being like, we're going to be the dark, edgy, like, try to do drama out of this with martial arts, then don't be cheesy. Like, that's it. Like, just stick to one lane, right? That's my, I don't know. Anyways, I do think that this Mario movie, who knows, right? I'm going to go in with it, and I'm just going to say this right now. I have no expectations for this film. I really don't.
I have the highest expectations. Movie of the year.
Will win all the Oscars.
Oh, 1000%. And if it doesn't,
when Bowser comes out as transgender and puts on the crown that makes him into Bowsette, it was like, yes, please, I'm crying in the movie theater. Yeah. So, I don't know.
Mario,
but still,
Mario with a tear in his eye says, "So long, gay Bowser."
Damn. You know, I hated that they removed that voice line
because they're bitches.
Yeah. But still, like, God, I don't know, man. I'm trying to think, because like this is how this entire process was, is that I'm kind of speechless, but also I have a lot of like thoughts at the same time. I'm not sure what to approach with this movie. I really don't know. It's such a weird movie to kind of come out with.
Oh, absolutely. And that's why I'm so excited. Like I said, I've known about this movie for like 2 years now.
Yeah.
And I haven't given it any thought since this direct came out, but now I'm like legitimately stoked.
Yeah. And like, what is it? Movies that I try to go into with no expectations whatsoever, they actually, like, I enjoy them a lot more. And that's something that I've had to kind of like learn to do. And I did that with Sonic, right? Like, before the pandemic happened, Savannah and I went for her birthday to go see Sonic the Hedgehog because she wanted to go see a movie. And the only one that was out that like either of us were interested in going to see was Sonic. So we went, and like, you know, I had little to no expectations for this. I just wanted to eat some popcorn and be entertained and see like what they would do with this. And guess what? It was really good. I liked it. I actually liked the Sonic movie. Like, unapologetically, I liked the Sonic movie
fun.
Because out of all the video game movies that have been made, can we agree that maybe Sonic, the new Sonic movie, is actually better than like the Resident Evil franchise or Mortal Kombat because it's entertaining?
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, there's actual Sonic jokes in his actual, like, a Sonic-based game.
Bro, in like, literally the first minute, they made a Sonic joke that contextually made sense.
Yeah. Or it even had, like, the whole thing of, I don't know, just, like, Sonic is a kid on the run, and, you know, seeing people do human stuff, like, integrated really well, and him kind of like, I have no idea what this is. I have no idea what anything is. I'm just kind of observing what humans are doing.
Donut Lord. And then,
the Donut Lord, or the baseball game.
And they banish Eggman to Mushroom Hill Zone.
Yeah, like, when, like, even starting out with, like, Green Hills, and then going to Green Hills, Montana. Like, I thought that was a nice transition from, like, you know, video game to, like, reality, but still.
Knuckles, canonically, Knuckles is black, because now he's being played by Idris Elba. We all knew he was black, but now it's canonical.
That's a weird choice for me, because Idris Elba is, like, such, number one, he's such a good actor, but also, like, it was, like, oh, okay.
Yeah, Bloodsport is going to be Knuckles. And what I was going to say is that in the first movie, wasn't, like, the reason Sonic had to leave because the echidnas were hunting him down?
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, like, maybe they're going to revive, like, the Sonic 2 storyline where, like, Sonic and Knuckles, when, like, Knuckles believes that Sonic is the reason that his island's in danger.
Oh, yeah, he thinks that Sonic is the one, like, after the... Not the Chaos Emerald. It's like it's like Mama Emerald. I forget what it is.
It's like, no, I think it is the Chaos Emeralds, right?
No, because the Chaos Emeralds are the multicolored one. Knuckles Emerald is the big green one that gets shattered into a bunch of pieces. But that's the storyline from Adventure 2 Battle, so I could be incorrect, but still.
Yeah. Great.
Sonic fan, I ruined my own friendships.
Yeah. Still, hey, sorry, I just got this weird text from my mom. So, anyways, yeah.
But yeah, no, Sonic 2 is set to come out next year, I believe, as well. And we'll get to figure out why Knuckles' extended family was trying to kill Sonic.
Yeah. I'm excited for it, but still. So, this Nintendo Direct, man, it's great.
Wild.
I liked it.
It was good. It makes me happy.
I think that's basically it for us, right? Because we're hitting about like 2 hours and 3 minutes.
And you know what, audios? Thank you for sticking with us as we yell about stuff, and I call Nintendo bitches for removing a voice line from Mario 64.
That was unintentionally homophobic.
It's so
long, gay Bowser. But it was the 90s, right?
He didn't say so long, gay Bowser. He said so long, gay. Like, so long, gay.
I know, but still, like, it was one of those things of, like, when you were a kid, you were like, wow, did Bowser just get, like, you know, called gay?
Did he just get hate crime done?
Well, it was like back when I was growing up in high school and that kind of shit, like, you know,
like,
calling someone gay was like the insult, right?
When I was growing up, gay was just like weird. Like, bro, that's gay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, turns out I'm a part of that community, so like it's they were kind of right on that, so whatever. But
gay
dude.
Bowser, they silence an LGBTQ. I'm sorry, I can never get
just
that.
Say LGBT plus. Just say LGBT plus. It doesn't really.
BLTG. That's a bacon, lettuce, tomato.
No, don't make jokes like that.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, no, don't make jokes like that. But like, I don't know, just say LGBT plus, right?
Yeah, they removed the video game icon, Bowser.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. So there you go.
All right, well, thank you folks for being here with us on this very special long episode where we thank Papa Nintendo for doing something nice before he reminds us that we should never be thankful at all. But every episode, we give a very special go to hell. This episode, as tradition, we'll go to Blizzard. Blizzard, you can go to hell.
See you in hell, Blizzard.
Bye, folks.